This episode of Logan Chops Reviews is sponsored in part by Ion Games. It's in our nature. The Giveaway Geek. Hey Choppers, Logan here with another preview for you. I know we already did a video for Circuit Breaker, but it didn't fun the first time and it relaunched now. They've updated the gameplay, they updated the components. We're going to take another quick look at everything, show you what's changed, a little bit of the new gameplay, and then we'll talk about it a little bit at the end. So it's Circuit Breaker by Freshwater Game Company. The new incarnation of Circuit Breaker streamlines a lot of the play from the original launch. As you can see here, we've got it all set up to play, and it's different if you've watched our preview video from the original launch. This is set up different. We're going to go through different pieces. One, there's a round timer here that is set up like a clock, and you have a little cube here. And how this plays out, it's got different turns for 2, 3, and 4 players. You can see. So if you're playing with 3 or 4 players, you'd start out over here, and then as you play each round and it goes, you move the timer over, but it only goes to here. Once you reach this round here, it would go down here and start and play to there, then go over there and play to there, and then because you're going to only play 12 rounds in a 3 or 4 player game. If you're playing a 2-player game, it would actually go all the way to the 2 and then start and go all the way down that way. So you'll end up playing a total of 16 rounds with 2 players. And you can see it's got some of these little symbols here, and that means that when at the beginning of that round, everybody gets one of those cards, either a wire harness card or an appliance card, depending on where that token is at the beginning of the round. So we'll go ahead and set that up there. I'm here alone right now. I do not have a Gothy with me. So I'm just going to show you some of the basics of how this plays out for a 2-player game. Another thing that is different is the cards. They've streamlined a lot of the stuff of what you can do on your turn and minimize a lot of the stuff, taking out some of the tokens and everything, and have this set up differently. But the cards you can move a mouse or collect the card. You can place up to 2 tiles, or you can discard to collect cheese, and we'll go over that in a minute. And on the back of this player card right here, it has scoring, so you don't have to look back into the rulebook to see your scoring, how many points you'll get of the same appliance type. If you have one of the same appliance and it's actually on your card, which these are the same, you'll still get a card at the beginning that has 4 different types of appliances on it, and if you place those, you'll get more points. So if it's on the card, you'll get 3 points for it. Not on the card, you only get 1 point for it. If you have 2 of the same type and it's on your card, you'll get 6. If it's not on your card, you'll get 3, and so forth. And that's on the back of your player card right there. You still have the same mouse tokens here that'll be used to try to steal stuff from other players. And you still have the same wiring harness boxes that we each have. Excuse me. Now the changes, we have a mouse card right here, a cheese card right here that's placed out. And this is where you're going to keep your orange cheese tokens, because everybody will have a chance to collect cheese tokens. So that goes right there. At the beginning of the game, you shuffle up the wiring harnesses, and you deal out 2 of them, and you put your cheese card right there, because there'll always be these 2 discards of the wiring harness cards. You shuffle up your appliance tokens and deal out 3 of them. There'll be 3 discard piles right there, or if you put your mouse on them, you'll be able to get them during the turn. Also, let's see, I think everything is it. So you set that up like that, then you deal each player 2 wiring harnesses and 3 appliances for to start out the game, and then make sure you shuffle up your cards right here for your each player's appliances that they're trying to get for bonus points. Of course, you can play any appliances out that you want, but the ones that are on the cards will earn you extra points. So make sure I have that there. So you choose a player, and then they'll get to do what's on the card. You can take any of these actions once on your turn, but you don't have to do them in the order that they're on the card. If you move your mouse, which is you put your mouse token, if you put this on somebody's appliance at the beginning of your next turn, you'll get to pull your mouse back and you'll actually steal their card. Or you can put it on the stack of wiring harnesses there. You can put it on the stack of appliances there, or you can put it on the top of one of the discard piles, and then at the beginning of your turn, whenever it moves, it will come back to, well, the card will come to your hand, but the mouse will automatically move to the top of the appliance. And then, of course, on your turn, you can move your mouse to something else to try to steal from somebody. Now, let's say during my turn, I placed it on the karaoke machine right there. But Gothy over here, let's see if it's actually on there. Anything on here that she has? No. So let's say she had karaoke machine on her list, and she wanted that karaoke machine. I had my token there. Well, if she has any of these cheeses that you can obtain during your turn, you can discard a card from your hand to obtain one of the cheese tokens from the cheese spot on the board. If she had any of these cheese tokens, you could move. You can kick. Basically, you can cheese your mouse. You can kick them off by go ahead and placing your cheese token back there to boot their mouse off of the squares. Even if it's on, let's say she had her wiring harnesses down here set up with stuff. Let's say this one was placed over here like this. Let's say I put my mouse on her popcorn maker right here, but she wanted to keep that popcorn maker, and she had some cheese there. She can cheese my mouse off of there to move it off her token, because at the beginning of my turn, I would steal that popcorn maker and put it into my hand. And that's basically the basic movements. Other than that, it's place up to 2 tiles on your turn. Of course, you only start out with 5 tiles in your hand at the beginning of the game. So you have to kind of work out how you're going to get them. Use your mouse to strategically steal different cards that are on the board that you can and everything. Let's go ahead and let's start out the game. Let's put those over there. I've got mine right here. You need a little bit of room to be able to build your tableau of your stuff. So beginning of my turn, let's say I play first. I'll give Gothy her mouse back. Let's go. I'm going to go ahead and place up the 2 tiles, and whenever you place them, they can connect with the wiring harnesses with 3. You can connect to any of these U's up here. They can connect to anything. Otherwise, you have to match the connectors, just like in the preview video we show you. You have to match the connectors to the same number of connectors on the side. So U's can connect with anyone, 1, 2, or 3, because that's how many connectors are on the wiring harness. Let's say, let's look at what's in my hand right here. Alright, I see there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and place 1 tile here. I'm going to go ahead and use my 3 connector to the U to place that right there. And then for my second tile, I'm going to go ahead and let's play this television right here. It's got a 2 connector, which I can connect to the 2 on this side right there. So I've played my 2 cards for the turn, or my 2 tiles, and then I can move my mouse, which starts out on your side at the beginning of the game. I'm going to go ahead, let's see, I want another wiring harness. I've got two appliances in my hand. I want another one, so I'm going to put mine right here onto that wiring harness. So at the beginning of my next turn, it'll come to my hand. And then I can discard cards to collect cheese. But since it's the beginning of the game and I've only got 3 cards, I don't want to discard card yet to collect cheese. So then I would pass over to Gothy, and she would take her turn. Let's just look at what she's got right here for appliances and different things. Oh, she actually has a karaoke machine, which is a 1 connection. So let's go ahead. Let's connect that there on her wiring harness, and let's put that karaoke machine as her second one right there on her board. So you get points for multiple cards that you have. So she wants that karaoke machine. So she's going to place her mouse on that karaoke machine for that. And then she will go ahead and, let's say she wants to get some cheese. So she's going to go ahead and discard a gumball. And you have to discard to one of those here. So let's say she's going to discard it on top of the let's say I have a television play, so she's going to discard her gumball machine on top of the other television that's there to stop me from getting multiple ones. I'd have to clear off that gumball first to try to get that one below it. So she discards there to take one cheese and have it on her side. The round goes up, so we move the round timer right there, and then play would come back to me, where my mouse first returns back to me here. This card goes into my hand, and we would flip out a new wiring harness right there to replace the tableau that we have, and play would continue like that. Ultimate goal of the game, just like in the original version of it, is to end with the most amount of points after you total up for the game, and the highest point total wins. So let's go ahead and get to the review. So as you can see, they streamlined a lot of the game. The gameplay, it's a lot quicker. It's a lot easier. There's not all the little token pieces to keep track of like there was last time. It plays a lot better. It's a lot more streamlined, a lot easier to understand, and not a lot of rules piled on top of rules. It's a great little fun game. I know we enjoyed it here. So go ahead and head on over to Kickstarter and click that pledge button to get Circuit Breaker by Freshwater Game Company. I'm Logan for Logan Chops Reviews Previews. We'll see you next time. Happy gaming.